In the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. Flying high, I emerge through the flames. Have no fear, I'm here, so stand back. Melanin activate, the name is super black. In the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. Flying high, I emerge through the flames. Have no fear, I'm here, so stand back. Melanin activate, the name is super black. Imagine that, a future that's super black. Long as your skin brown, your superpowers intact. What would your powers be? Just hope it ain't super whack. Spatial manipulation, create a portal that's black. Maybe just super speed, time travel to run it back. Or cheat manipulation to keep my spirit intact. As I encounter evils the world face, demons the world makes, I'm needed the world to stay. Rest in peace to Chadwick, they killed all the Black Panthers. Told us white lies, I still marvel at black answers. Suits in DC, pray it lead to a civil war. It ain't no Justice League, what's the need to be civil for? Propelled like the juggernaut, it's clear ain't no stopping this. The world in grave danger, who can stop the apocalypse? They killed all the heroes, the new ones don't really care. But if you need me, put your fist up in the air. Yeah, in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. Flying high, I emerge through the flames. Have no fear, I'm here, so stand back. Melanin activate, the name is super black. In the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. Flying high, I emerge through the flames. Have no fear, I'm here, so stand back. Melanin activate, the name is super black.
Hey, we are back with our 6th season premiere. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. That's right. Your favorite Blurred podcast is back. I'm your host, Chris Fury, and with me are my co-hosts, Reginald D. Hold on. It's the wrong show.
Yeah.
Wow.
Reginald, we don't have Reginald D. We don't have Reginald D. Weedman pocket money yet. We still gotta get him off.
He actually at a Kanye party right now. That's some weird black sheet.
Is he there paying like $60 for vegan popcorn and some water?
Nah, he actually broke, so he snuck his own food in a plastic bag.
As one should.
I didn't want to put him out there like that, but
with me is my man on the boards and the man in the shadows, DC. What's going on, man?
Kanye Jamal West, I need to apologize, sir. I don't know if that's his middle name, but
yeah, I was like, who? I ain't gonna lie. I was like, is it Jamal?
I feel like he looks like a Jamal. Donda is life changing.
It's a hitter.
Man.
It's a hitter.
Like I got caught up in the negative press, and I did something I normally don't do, and I not believed in Kanye, and I apologize. I feel so dirty. Not wrong.
I haven't listened to it yet, so it's everything.
Oh my god,
it's everything. Have you all listened to it?
Yeah.
I've listened to both.
There's a track on there. I'm not done with the Drake one, but there's a track on there that he has with the Locks.
Yeah,
okay.
Junior.
Woo!
Part 2. Nah, man, I ain't gonna lie. Lord, I Need You, Jail, Moon. Like it's so many. You gotta find your own. And Drake was nice too, front to back. Before I take up too much time, as a fan of both, I appreciate both did. But now Kendrick Lamar, you on the clock because he got 26 songs he just registered. So my nigga, you need to come hard. K-Dot, you need to come with it.
30. So I'm like, Kung Fu Kenny, come with it. Air this bitch out.
Come hard, K-Dot, because Kanye and Drake set the bar high. And it's crazy because they set each other up on purpose to sell. It was beautiful. Like, how you gonna leak your own diss track? The full diss track. That wasn't like a blurb of it. He lit.
The one that he had with Andre 3 Stacks. Yeah, I'm mad that didn't make it. Yeah, I'm mad that didn't make the album.
It made mine. Bonus track. I put it on there.
But and with us also is sometimes she's sour, sometimes she's sweet, is our very own Candy B. As she takes
I'm gonna be sour because I saw that new opening, Christopher.
Trust me, the thing crashed. I can't get rid of that.
Yeah, the thing crashed.
Sure.
Well, we've got no time for excuses.
Come on, get
it crashed twice when it got me, and I'm pissed about that.
Come on, DC.
You ain't got the answers, man.
He on it right now.
Oh my God, this is terrible. Somebody please. Find
y'all
room, get hold of this motherfucker so I can make sense of all this.
Help me.
I know one
Help
thing.
me. Nigga. Help me.
So I had a new one though.
Yeah,
he got all the intros in there.
Hey, he was like,
I'm letting him finish. He's the man on the board.
The reference for that, so y'all, I'm being very unprofessional because I'm eating. I'm on late shift, so I came in, went to the gym, fixed myself food, so I'm like in between eating or whatever, and was making fun of.
We don't have NBC money. We don't care.
No, it's just you don't.
It's the fact that shit was steaming like a little nigga from hell came up out the floor and was like, "Here you go, massa, hot and ready."
It was very much giving how they say hot ass shower, hot. My showers.
Cold showers, hot ass food. That shit was.
It was all the steam that was coming.
And that shit was like a Danielle Steele novel. That was hot.
And you know she got her AC on, so that steam is just really rolling now. So.
Listen, if I don't do shit else, I will never understand people that are just fine not having their AC on. I will pay the bill. I'm like, I'm not going to be hot in my damn house. I'm here to. I don't get people that do that. People just you come in their house and you be. You don't be want to say nothing, but you're also like, you just gonna let us die in here.
Nah, I'd be like, nigga, you ain't hot, brother. He just sweat down my shit.
And they know how I cook.
Wait, got the fan just sitting in the doorway.
Yeah.
Nah, you know it's hot because you got that one guitar riff and the eagle scream.
Yes, I know the sound. I know that sound, that screech.
That's hot.
It's high noon. It's hot as fuck.
It is high noon a bit.
But yeah,
oh my God,
y'all eating on camera.
Oh man, so we have a special guest with us tonight. We have Malachi Bailey, who's the writer of Her and the Her Gods and Monsters, and he's going to be talking to us about those two projects along with his Kickstarter, Nightfall, The Witching Hour, Part 3. And we're going to talk to him about a little bit after we get to the news, but we're going to talk about his up and coming rank as being a meme god as well. So we
not him looking like, nah, man. That fake humbleness, I love it. Who said that?
Not I.
Ooh.
So what's going on with everybody? How was everybody's weekend?
My weekend was great.
See, this is why we need to bring back the After Dark show. Just with that laugh alone.
Because I know who's watching, and I'm like,
no, that sound
going to jail tonight.
My weekend was good. It's a productive weekend.
Oh my
God! Look at this! Somebody come look at this! Look at this!
I can't do shit.
Somebody come and look at this! Look at this!
She's gonna hate us so much after this.
I already told you. Didn't I tell you I was spending my 2 weeks anyway? I'm done with you, Negro.
I was about to say she's back. Oh, her contract only run for the next 2 shows. She got 2 more episodes with these niggas. That's 14 shows and I'm done.
So I got Malachi back so he could be on the real show. What's up?
Oh man.
Hot. I'm on fire. These fingers is ready. Let's go.
Yeah, he's been waiting.
I got Kanye and Drake in the system.
He's
Twitter fingers is ready.
Not the Twitter fingers. What y'all been doing this weekend before we get into the real shit?
I watched Fatherhood. That movie was fucking sad at the beginning.
I heard about that, yeah.
Yo, that movie started out. Nigga, you ever watch the movie? You be like, oh, Kevin Hart.
Not your eyes.
And I was like, ooh, this is Dustin? Y'all niggas know Dustin, this motherfucker?
Aww.
But it was actually a great movie. I didn't think it was gonna be good because I don't see Kevin Hart as a serious actor too much, just because we so used to seeing him. But he got range. Like that movie was, that movie was really touching. If you haven't seen it, I say go see it, just because he hit so many ranges of emotion, and just the story was a good ass story.
It's Netflix, right?
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, it's a good story, and he played that part. I was rooting for him in the end. I was like, man, you go ahead, man.
Not to cry. That's a good father.
He messed around. He got that Terrence Howard. That Terrence Howard shaking his throat.
Oh my.
Yeah, come on, man.
Come on,
That's
man.
a good daddy, man. He just want his daughter, man.
I cannot.
Oh my god.
Well, typically, those comedians, I think they do a very good job if they're allowed to go on the other side of the spectrum. Because when I've seen Robin Williams do some darker stuff before he passed, it was very crazy. Same thing with Jim Carrey when he did the number 23, and I was like,
that was,
this is not what I thought I would.
Right,
I did not sign up for this.
I didn't sign up for this. Where's Elvira in the mask?
This must be James Carrey, because I was gonna see Jim Carrey. So
yeah, that's when you know they
different.
That's when you know they switched up. That's when you know they done switched up. They went from being one role. They were like, no, you can call me. It's not Larry Fishburne anymore. It's Lawrence.
Okay.
I'm a thespian. Now.
No, Kevin Hart earned his roses for that one because it definitely was. It was moving.
Well, that's
good.
Then I seen a lot of ratchetness out here. You know, the white guy jump off a ladder onto a barbed wire trampoline. I hope that ain't next for these niggas. Oh y'all. Oh yeah.
What was that, Jackass? What was you watching?
I'm so tired.
And he landed, and everybody, you okay? Nah, nigga, this nigga just landed on a barbed wire trampoline. Like there was no mat. It was just barbed wire strung across this fucking big ass trampoline. He jumped off a ladder, swan-time like Jeff Hardy. If you don't get that reference, you ain't never seen reference.
You too young to watch the show.
He swan-time bombed off the motherfucking ladder onto this trampoline of barbed wires, and I was like, this is where I get off, because if black people start doing this, I know we going to hell in a handbasket, and we all gonna be eating hot plates like Candy B.
Why I gotta be serving the plates in hell though? Why am I even there? Why am I there?
She at the head of the line like, come on, get your peas. Niggas like, his eyes ready.
Come on, they selling peas today. They got corn.
I hate y'all. Anyway, not me serving hot plates
with potatoes.
Potato salad. Potato salad warm as shit.
What is that? That's been like a thing I keep seeing, and I'm like, why?
Warm potato salad?
I'm like, maybe even like a little room temperature, depending on how long it's been left out. But y'all warming that shit up.
Look, the way it's going in, it's coming out.
Soupy.
Not you said no, not gonna do it. Absolutely not. There has to be a line. There has to be a line.
That's the line.
Yeah,
anything but fucking coleslaw and fucking potato salad. You warming that shit up? There's a special spot in hell for you. And I hope you wear gasoline draws.
You gonna need them. Cause like I said, the way it's going in, it's the way it's coming out.
So gross.
Hot and ready.
Coming in hot.
Look, she's literally like, I can't believe I'm thinking about that right now.
The blinks
stuck in her head.
She's texting like, if you want with the potato salad.
I was like, you gonna come through with the hot potato salad.
It's also a code word for some other stuff, but
oh my god, yes, that's a safe word, hot potato salad.
The girls be like,
hot potato salad.
Bring that hot potato salad over, daddy.
I'm going to dry the fuck up if I ever hear some shit like that. That shit. You ever seen it? Like, you remember SpongeBob would be all dry?
Like, oh yeah.
Water would be nice.
Like that Drake and Future video. It's just a bunch of sand and niggas out there in
Just
white t-shirts
sand.
trying to get you ready.
With potato salad. I will say, I think that was genius, the direction they did with that video for anybody
That
has
video,
It
man.
was.
I'm like,
Drake in
Future
a
is
fat
as
suit.
trash as Future may be as a man. I'm like, he is not gonna miss in music. He's not.
The
He's just
problem
not.
with me was this nigga Kawhi Leonard in the background. That was the least boy bandish nigga I've ever seen in my life.
Oh my
You said
god!
of all, I was like, I am not getting the vibes I should be getting from looking at it.
Yeah, like
that.
this nigga was in the background like this.
It's almost like, I know you have interaction with humans, but why do you not act like one?
My God,
You see an
ain't never
android?
had no ass or something. Nigga, you don't look. There's nothing sexy about what you doing right now, my God.
Kawhi just never looks too impressed with anything or anyone.
And like he done it all. Like this nigga
Yeah,
been there,
like
done
he's
that.
seen everything. He
One of them
doesn't
niggas like,
fucking
yeah, I
care.
done that. Yeah.
He doesn't care. How does it feel to be a winner? He just he doesn't care. Warm potato salad for serial killers. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. That's like your last meal.
You know what, Warden? I'll have a temperature room steak and a warm potato salad to go with it.
I want some
Like,
warm
you're
potato
trying
salad
to
and
really
fava
die
beans.
before you
Mhm.
get
Bye,
you trying to die before you get to the
With a
damn
little
chicken.
No,
Chianti.
the beans DC and then
This is fucked up, but I ain't gonna do that. Let's move on.
yeah, moving
Oh
on.
man. So I checked out What If. I'm staying current on that one. This last week's episode, that was kind of a
Dark.
it was a dark one. It was a dark one. Actually, ever since the T'Challa episode, they've been dark. Cha-cha. They've been dark.
That was really cute.
You know, because the one they have for tomorrow is Marvel Zombies.
Now I need to see that shit.
That's what I was waiting on.
Yeah,
That
so I'm
looks
like,
really
I'm
good.
like, I see
But it
what y'all
makes
did.
sense because they
Yeah, I'm
killed
like,
them all off and now they come back.
I'm like, I see what y'all did there. Y'all got everybody all high and mighty with Captain Carter, then you hit us with T'Challa as Star-Lord, and you turn around and it's like, now we about to rip the rug out from all you motherfuckers. And
Surprise, niggas!
How many
Everybody
episodes are
died.
they doing? Are they gonna do?
they are, I think they
10,
said
12.
9 or 10, like 9 or 10. And they got a second season. They said they have.
Okay,
they're doing a
good.
second
That was
season.
see, you know, folks. We thought we was doing another WandaVision thing, and they wrapped that up. So it kind of seems like they pick and choose what's gonna get another season or not.
Yeah,
Like Loki.
that has a second season. Loki has a second season. So yeah,
I knew Tom was gonna get his money.
Oh, I'm definitely about
I'm
to.
about securing the
I know
bag.
y'all gonna bring me back.
He's like, y'all can't even kill me off, literally.
I do love seeing actors just play not like a supporting role so well where now you are the star. Now we are excited to see you. Although we know who the title card belongs to, we're really here for your brother, Thor.
Sorry, yeah.
Sorry. We're here for him.
Little brothers got took over.
Basically.
Right. Yeah, right. Speaking of stars who we always couldn't wait to see on screen, man, we lost Michael K. Williams last night. Well, yeah, that was crazy. Michael K. Williams. For those who don't know, because I've heard some people that's not in the Blurred community not know who it was. Like, right. No, they weren't. They weren't that. They weren't. You know, they was like, who? And I'm like, Omar Little.
Omar, nigga.
I'm like,
yeah.
It's crazy.
If you play 2K, he was on 2K.
Yes.
He was in the
He opened up for DMX one
2K.
year.
Dog, he did the tribute for DMX.
Yeah.
They just replayed that the other day.
And they were playing
Came
his Breakfast Club interview, which was really, really good because some other stuff I never knew about him.
I did not know he was gay, openly gay like that.
So was he openly gay, or did he just play the characters?
Okay, so from what I got from that interview, he did not flat out say, he didn't pull a little Nas X where it's like, you know where I'm at. He was just basically like, look, it's nobody's business what's going on in and out of my bedroom, but I'm also not bashing a whole community too. And then also admitted that he was molested when he was younger. So he kind of revealed a lot of stuff about himself, but that was my first time hearing it. But I also like that he was like, look, I don't have no problem with myself and who I play and who I am on or off camera. And there's a lot of men and a lot of Black men that aren't like that. So to see someone like that have those type of interviews that I never even caught was beautiful to me, because sometimes I think in that community, I've always said, unless you're like doing some RuPaul-esque stuff, it's like the people aren't here for you. You have to be the most entertaining Black gay, and you have to be this type of gay. And if you are not this type of gay, we can't get with anything else. And that's fucking crazy to me. It's disturbing.
It's funny you say that, because then if you go on the other side of the fence, they welcome him with open arms with no problem. Like Neil Patrick Harris and people like that.
You want to court jester, they don't want someone who is intelligent or somewhere in the middle. No, you need to be putting on shows for them, makeup. And I'm not trashing, people who do that, but they want to see us in that light. They
over
want
the top,
their entertainment.
Yeah,
which is crazy. Because
when you talk about acting, brother had the gift.
Yes, he was very
had the gift.
And one thing he said in his interview, which I loved, and I'm such a baby because I've been crying all weekend with different stuff I've been watching, but I'm a baby. But I love that he said Charlamagne was messing with him like, you telling me that you've been playing these gay roles and you got this going on in your personal life and you never got a chance to like really like dance or sing or do all this stuff that they would associate with, I know that guy's gay because he's like this. And then he was joking like, I need to get in something I can dance and do more. And it reminded me of that beautiful scene he had in Lovecraft Country.
Yes.
When he got to go to the ball and he got to dance and there was glitter in the air. And I was just like, man.
It was like he was finally just taking it in and just finally
And he flat out said, he's like, if you see me on screen and it feels real to you, that's because it was real to me. And I was just like, oh my God. Like,
it's amazing how we lose these, and I'm going to just say Black actors, and like how poignant a lot of their interviews have been. And then when you look back, you're just like, it has that much more depth.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And more meaning. Like when Chadwick passed, everybody was like, man, he's doing this, and he's giving awards away, he's fighting for equal pay on the set and everything. And then he passed, and they're just like, shit, everything he was doing has that much more meaning, and the same here with Michael K. Williams. Everything he was doing, you look back, you're like, yo, this had a whole different vibe now. Whole different vibe now. So
you can only hope that when people are trying to figure out their feelings and grieve, because I don't think it's weird to have someone that you don't know death affect you. Some people are like, you didn't even know them, but I'm like,
that was something inconsiderate.
That's how you gonna tell me who I can and cannot grieve for? Like, that makes no sense to be like, you ain't never met that nigga in your life, and that don't mean their impact. Kobe died, I cried for a week straight because I've never met Kobe, but if anybody knows his work ethic, just him as a person guided me through my, just guided me as a person. Like, it's them people who you may not never met them, but their impact spans past that, where it feels like you've known them forever, their family. So don't tell nobody how they can grieve or who they can grieve for. That shit is just really redundant.
I think when people like you said, like Kobe, for me it was Chadwick. I think it was Chadwick for YouTube Candy, and now you got Michael K. Williams.
Yeah, that was a
so it was just like it was shit. 20 was a rough year.
Who you telling?
Yeah, you're right. You can't tell anybody how to grieve because you don't know the work. Like you said, with you, DC, is the work ethic. And the way he went about things,
everything he embodied, like the man played injured. The man,
exactly. It takes a lot of drive to do a lot of this stuff.
He fell off at a point, the whole Colorado thing, and people, I didn't look at him no different because I knew I can't judge nobody for what they do. He's human. Like, that's not my job to judge him. Yeah. And all I can do is continue to see what he's done, like the camps and teaching his daughter, like his daughter, you know what I mean? Like,
that's
when he retired,
that really
What made it over the top for me was when he retired, he wanted to get away from basketball, like totally, like I'm done. I'm gonna do these movies and this and that and run a business. And his daughter got him back into loving the game from the other side, and you got to see them
because he was seeing it from a different. He was seeing it from a different perspective. Yeah, so shout out, rest in peace, rest in power, Michael K. Williams. Like, you never know, like Candy B, you were mentioning his role from Lovecraft Country. In that scene when he went to that bar, there is somebody out there who's seen that show and seen that scene, and we're just like, exactly.
Yeah. And now, knowing what I know now, I'm for real about to cry. Knowing what I know now from, I know, but knowing what I know now after his interview, because I was crying through like every other episode of Lovecraft Country, but to have your friend killed because you're black and you're gay, and then the way you're beating your son, the way you're doing all these things because you don't know how to deal with anything within yourself, and then you just got a lineage of your daddy ain't know what to do, they ain't know what to do. So now that's kind of like a generational cursing, to have that be broken up by defending his dad the way he was and didn't have to, like, that whole thing. Now that I know what he was actually going through in his personal life, that's why his character just hit different. He did a hell of a performance, and I hope that people that see that or have gone through it, I really hope that anybody that watched that show got some type of healing or something out of it. I feel like that's the best thing that entertainers can do. They provide not just an escape for us, but a way to heal and deal with things we didn't know, whether it's through music or acting or through books. It's important art. So definitely rest in peace and sending healing energy to all of his loved ones, because that's really, really rough. That's rough.
Right. Picking it up.
Go ahead.
I was read an article earlier today where they said that his role in Lovecraft Country, it led him to a dark place. Like he relapsed and everything shortly after filming, and it's because of the generational trauma that we have to deal with as a people. Even with the families, every family is different, but there's still that shared, sense of dysfunction. And, he had a hard time trying to get back to normal after the show. But I don't think you can blame the show entirely, because he's had a history, of, drug issues or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's sad because, you would think that at some point in your life you could find some type of relief or release, some type of acceptance, but you keep on going to your vices that end up ultimately killing you.
That's why I feel like people think celebrities got it easy because you're getting all this money and
it's worse,
fame and all this. It's worse because now you have more money and more access. There was a party in LA, like people had some bad drugs and died. There was a comedian who passed away. Like Michael.
Wow,
it's crazy.
I didn't know that.
Part of the All Deaf Digital
It's
team.
crazy because this fentanyl thing is getting out of hand. Like, that's right. I don't want to mess with drugs. So, like, you don't even know what you're getting anymore. Like, not to make it sound like it was glorious back in the day where all the drugs was pure, but it's just like now it's people trying to cut it and make more money. So you got people, three people died, and a couple were like in the hospital. It's getting bad. Like, so people think celebrities got it made. Nobody has it made. And
no, the access is even more available at that point.
And then if you don't have people like telling you no, or like he was even saying in an interview, he felt like it was like a like coke and everything was sexy and glamorized, especially during the 70s and 80s. That was it. He was like, we were on a dance floor. It was just a thing. And like you were saying, Malachi, when you don't have that support and love and acceptance, and you have to go other places either for it or to escape from that ugly reality, that's really, really hard for me to like accept that happens. And I know a lot of shit happens in this world, but that just, like, my son can never come out to me and I'm just like, you're not my son, don't come to no family stuff, I never want to see you again. Like, that is crazy to me.
And it happens.
And it's so hurtful. It happens a lot.
Yeah, I seen a video. I seen a video earlier this week. Well, last week, the black father was just chastising his child. Gave him a messed up haircut and then cut gay. I'm like, come on, man. We're not doing that. That's you're doing way too much.
Or sending their kids to like these fucking camps. I'm like, y'all don't even keep that same energy for the other shit that be going on. You know what I mean?
And that's even worse. That's what makes it worse.
Where's that same energy for the other shit that's going on?
You mean
for your
Uncle Ray?
Listen.
Right.
But we protecting him. Or you letting your daddy abuse the fuck out of your mama, or your mom's verbally abusive, but because she's not beating anybody, you don't take that verbal and emotional abuse the same. Like it's damaging. It's all damaging. It's crazy.
So that goes to that generational trauma and all, and that's all under the same umbrella, and it's sick. But but we still are. Thankfully, we are in a point. I think we're in a point in our community where we are seeking. I'm seeing more people like on social media talking about therapy. More of our people talking about therapy.
I just see
and that's a good thing.
Post.
Yeah. He was one of them. As a matter of fact, I shared that post too. I think Candy had put it up. I think all three of us shared it, and it was because it was real. It was like you don't realize what it is you're dealing with until you are really confronted with it, and are at a mature space to realize, okay, this can be fixed. This can be addressed. This can be tamped out finally without just passing it on to the next generation or whatever. So, picking it up, Aquaman got a new suit for the new film. What do you think?
That one on the left,
I guess like face, if I wasn't on the verge of tears, I'd be horny. But I don't understand what I'm feeling.
I'm like, I want to cry. Piece on that first one.
I'm like, do I cry or not? What do I do?
Well, it's the one on the right though. It's the new one.
The new one or the old one? Because I'm not sure what I should be looking at right now.
Okay, so I want like the top of the new one and the
bottom of the old one.
The bottom of the old. Why am I not surprised?
You're right. I go from crying to be like, let me suck your dick underwater. Oh my god.
Oh,
right.
To be here all week. Tip your waitress from hell. They give you hot food.
Hot plates, baby. We're gonna have a side business, DC. You laughing? We're slinging these plates.
Hot food from hell. This shit just hot and steamy all day long. Like no matter how much you blow on it, it don't cool down.
It don't cool down.
The eternal
heat. Don't cool down.
roof of your mouth peeling off and everything else.
Shit, niggas coming back. Mouth look like the fucking crypt keeper and shit.
They gonna keep coming back. It's that flavor.
Oh man!
Try once more.
That flavor.
I hate y'all.
We gotta get that. We gotta get that laugh. We gotta get that.
I gotta add that. I meant to add it too. I've been meaning to put it on the board because I love that laugh. That laugh was the most creepiest. Like you remember when that shit go off and that nigga be doing that laugh right when he go off and shit. I remember one time it was dark and I made the decision to watch that shit in the house. And that fucking laugh came on and I jumped under my covers and shit and buried myself under my mattress. In the middle was like, I ain't going nowhere till some light come on.
And as a youth, I don't know what that was even about. Because I'm like, now that I'm older and I believe I've seen some shit, it's like, well, no, it's not scary. But I'm also logically thinking, if there's some spiritual entity or whatever, they still won't get my ass under this mattress cover pillow. Right?
But I didn't realize this nigga had two women beside him. He really wasn't trying to get me. He was mad. No. He was just telling stories.
He definitely.
He really was that OG that'll be sitting at the corner store telling you them old tales. The cautionary tales. Listen here, young blood. Don't you ever go out there and try that shit, boy. Let me look at my eyes. Smell what I'm talking about. Can you dig what I'm putting down?
He was definitely a bag of bones trying to bone.
Right. He was getting it in.
I think I seen him smack a girl on the ass one time. I ain't gonna lie. He was just like,
I mean, honestly, maybe that's where the concept for having Flavor Flav date, because they figured if the creep can keep some bitches. Surely. Flavor Flav can have several.
That show made no sense.
Aging myself for those that are listening that don't know us.
And we watched that shit.
If you're lost by that reference, you too young.
You should not be listening to this show.
You're too young for this shit.
Because all this shit is going over your head. You walking up to your Ma, who is Flavor Flav?
Who's Pumpkin Mommy?
Who is New York?
So my favorite is each year how people will put pictures together and they'll be like, "Happy birthday, Beyonce," but it's Hottie. And
I didn't get it at first, but
oh my god,
love that. That's my favorite.
Along with talking about shutting down the haters.
Oh yeah,
they shut them down.
Yes, he did.
What they were expecting to be a 55 million movie, $55 million movie for the weekend. That's what they were expecting. Turned out to be 94 million.
In counting.
In counting, exactly.
And I know people that are going back, like seeing it more than once, like they were doing with Black Panther, and I love that.
I'm gonna do that.
Show the support.
I'm definitely gonna go back.
Yeah, you know what I dig though? The fact the way he got on. I think
the Twitter. You talking about the Twitter?
Yeah. The stock photos he
represented.
Yeah, it was Shang-Chi, man. I said it in a post. I said, if you are a fan of MCU movies, this is a film for you.
Come on, this outfit. This the one.
I ain't gonna lie, that scene, that last one remind me of John Shaft. Just like
his original, his when he first came through.
No, the other one where dude was on the ground, like, what's my name? Shang-Chi.
Hold on, wait, that was one. Yeah.
That one.
Damn. Stupid as hell. Damn right.
I couldn't find the cover, but there's a part where it's Black Panther and Luke Cage, Shang-Chi and Iron Fist. And even Black Panther said it. He was like, "What, you don't know about Shang-Chi? Like the master of Kung Fu?" He was like, and Luke was like, "No, my man Danny got this." He was like, "Nah. No, he don't." No, he don't. It was like, no, he don't. He's like, they respect each other, but even Danny know. He's like, nah, I'm sorry, Luke, that's not the role for me.
I know I was very impressed by the choreography. Like it was very much given Jackie Chan, and I was here for it.
It is.
I like him using everything around him. Oh my god.
Yeah, the bus fight. But I said it. I said the MCU. If you're a fan of the MCU fan, this is a film for you. If you're a fan of martial arts, this is definitely a film you need to see. Oh my god. And let's put it like, and they had Michelle Yeoh in it. Jesus Christ, you can't get.
When I saw her, I was like, look, about to cry again. I cried so many times during this movie. Y'all don't understand. I cried through the whole ending. It wasn't even the beginning, but the way I cried at the ending, it was subtle stuff. Like when he was fighting and oh my God, when he was fighting and he's so used to be like this and she opened his hands.
Yeah.
I cried.
Yeah. I'm like, you gotta go soft now. You gotta go soft like time.
And then when he was fighting his dad, and they both basically they went from like fighting. Really, he was like, "You finna dance with me? Like we're moving together."
They slow down
together. I was like, I cried. I did.
I'm sorry.
I cried a lot.
She is an emotional wreck right now.
No, because it was.
She's really like laughing and crying at the same time.
It was so beautiful, and I wasn't expecting that. And it's not that every film, Marvel or DC or TV show, it doesn't really get me in the feels, but this one and just what can happen when you don't deal with grief. There was like a bigger message here. It affected everybody.
Yeah.
It was a dope film, but I can't. The 94 million, it well deserved. I remember Disney even saying like this, they were going to keep it in the theaters for 45 days as the experiment, quote unquote. And Simu Yulu said, I don't appreciate being known as having our film be the experiment, you know, to see if with the world opening up, so to speak, and let's see how much money they can make. And then they're just like, oh, we're projecting 45 to 55 million. And they were just like, no, fuck that.
Oh yeah. The way he's flexing on Twitter, I'm like, talk your shit, King.
Yeah, he's like, fuck that. Yeah,
own stock photos. That shit is funny as hell. It's so petty and delicious.
He was like, here you go.
I love it though. They said he was unemployed an accountant, and now he is this rising star. That's amazing.
And he's about to get all this
and it's crazy. It all started with a Twitter. It all started with a Twitter. that he sent to Kevin Feige, and he says, "So when are we going to get an Asian superhero?" And Kevin Feige says, "Pretty much, give us a minute. We'll call you."
And talk about somebody who basically was like, "You already ready." Like that ain't gonna work for everybody because people gonna see it and be like, "Oh, let me shoot my shot." You need to already be ready. You need to be already on your grind. That way, when that opportunity comes, look, I'm ready because I've been doing it.
Ready.
Right. And you know what? What? Why they playing? Watch Kim's Convenience on Netflix.
Okay, I do gotta check
that shit's hilarious. And he was on there. And talk about a show getting canceled. And then turn around and now you're in this film. And there's like, yeah, one door closes, another one opens.
And he did such a good job. Like he was good. It wasn't like overwhelming. You watch some people in movies and you can kind of tell they're just happy to be on screen. Like, I'm in a movie. I'm carrying this. You can't even melt them into the character right because you like, calm down. You overacting, right? You see people overacting. It's like, all right, we get it. You in a movie with Denzel, dial it the fuck down. He wasn't like that at all. To me, he carried an aura about himself. Like, I belong here. The fuck you talking about? Like,
he did.
I love that.
So before we get to our I'm on the fence with her.
Not the man. She was. I didn't have a problem.
It wasn't
memorable.
Yeah.
And that's like anybody could have done her role. Now his sister.
I love the sister.
Huh? You saw she came through with the bob. She said, "Stiff wear, stiff wear."
Wait, no shoes on.
In the outfit, I said. Although I will say this much. Wait a minute. What didn't make sense to me, and I caught this. Two things that ain't make sense, but I had to stop crying. You know how she was like, basically dad shitted on me because he talk about I just remind him so much of her. I just look so much like her. Then they get to the Hidden Village, and Auntie is like, "Oh, you look just like her. So fuck me again, right?" Yeah. So which one of that threw me off? And then it was like, your mom knew you would come and she knew what size we would be. Nigga, what if I was like
500 she knew that later.
Right. I'm like, these dragon scales don't fit. Like, what if I, but I was like, I'm thinking too much. I'm thinking too much. Right. I was like, maybe they put it on and then it just cinches you in no matter what you're, and how would I know? I don't have no dragon scales.
That's how
I don't have no dragon scale armor. How would I know?
Like this might be one size fits all. We never know.
Right. I'm excited about those cosplays though. I am excited about seeing some cosplays from that because
wait for the plushies to come out because good Lord, Chicken Pig is gonna be a seller.
That
thing was creepy to me.
Yeah.
I'm like, is this what like an angel looks like in the Bible? Like this looks really weird to me. Like angel, very disturbing. I didn't like it.
Between that and Gator Loki, I don't know. They're gonna start selling.
Gator Loki was. I can deal with that. That thing.
I like Gator Loki. He works.
Cause you know why? Because he's ready to throw. He's down for the smoke. He's ready to throw hands at all times.
Everybody loves money like that.
But yeah, he's ready.
I don't want to but the bonus scene, the first one.
Yeah.
It's in MCU now.
Yeah. When you hear stuff like "Welcome to the circus," it's just like, well, here we are.
And he took that person's drink. I was like, are you going to Venmo them for that? Or are you just going to walk off? Like, follow me. That was my drink. But
before we get to the main topic, we are having our little sponsor. So we go.
Running low on energy, long days and even longer nights. Tired of all the other energy drinks and bars promise you a lot and never delivering? Need to make it through work, but want a product that can keep up with your busy lifestyle? Want no longer? Try Chef's Chocolate Salty Balls. The balls that are so smooth and with a load of nutrients and vitamins to really get you up and bouncing off the walls. Made with all natural ingredients and healthy junk to satisfy even the pickiest eater. Chef's Chocolate Salty Balls are sold everywhere where you buy your junk. And now, for those who want that extra kick in the butt, comes Chef's Heavy Duty Chocolate Salty Balls with 120% more caffeine than the leading brand. Disclaimer, this product has not been approved by the FDA or World Health Association. Warning, this product is not intended for consumption by children, elderly people, or women who are pregnant or may become pregnant. you might even get pregnant.
Very not to have my name associated with that.
Wait, this coming from the was that?
Hey man, shout out to them Turkish dudes. They was hard to track down though for that video. I ain't gonna lie. And them dudes be out in the middle of the woods just getting they
Would they
playing
have
Too Sexy by Drake. They had that shit before anybody.
Yeah, they had to release. They actually choreographed that for them. That's what they did.
Oh man! Oh my god!
It's like Drake. You want to learn? Follow us, buddy.
Right after we make this cool.
Oh man! So tonight we have our special guest.
Man, and I'm mad.
Yeah. So tonight we have our special guest Malachi Bailey. He's the writer of Her Gods and Monsters, and we're going to be talking about those two projects along with his new project, the new Kickstarter, which just went live today, Nightfall, the Witching Hour Part 3. How's it going, Malachi?
It's going very well. Thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate it.
So, soak it in. We give our good guests the clap or the applause. I don't want to say the clap.
The gift that keeps on giving.
You can have it.
Keep that. And the party shot, here's the clap.
I gotta leave.
Yeah.
This ain't a good look for me.
The views of Chris Fury does not represent the whole rest of the
crew. Say that. Yeah.
If you come down to Hot Plates, we'll give you a $5 off coupon if you got the clap from Chris.
When we get these hot plates.
Sit on your lap, it might burn it off, but I don't know if that's how it works because I ain't never finished health class.
So Malachi, tell us about her and Her Gods and Monsters. What's these two projects about?
Okay, so about 6 years ago, I was interning at a local, I guess, publishing boutique or whatever. They wanted me to be the intern for other projects coming in, and they told me that I would be writing my own book that would be published. And I was okay, cool. I've never had my own book published before. I've always been an avid reader. Love comic books like to death, like X-Men and Storm is everything, all that good stuff. So I was happy with for the opportunity, and I want to say, after I completed the first book, which took me 2 months to write, they told me that they didn't know how to market my book. And I was like, how are you going to assign me to staff? And now when I'm done with the book, now it's time for me to actually, do the pre-order status on Amazon. You're like, oh, we don't know how to do it. So I left. So I decided to self-publish. So I self-published. I still had a mentor, and it didn't work out because the first book it had a really bad cover that I'll show you guys. I hate looking at it, but it was a shitty cover. I'm getting mad thinking about it.
Calm down. Flashback.
You don't like him when he's angry.
It really pissed me off. And it's like, you look at it because the original cover was a stock image, and I'm like, well, what happens if someone else has the same cover because it's a stock image? Oh, that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I said, okay. I released the book, and then a few months later, one of my colleagues, she buzzed me. She said, Malachi, did you see this? I'm like, what happened? And it was the same exact cover for someone else's book. So I was like, this is some bullshit. So at that point, I discussed, my future for the book with my partner. I was like, how are we going to do this? Because I really want to continue with this dream. So I took the book off the shelves for about 2.5 years. I had my friend do the original book cover that should have been the book cover, this one. And I finally found an editor who was actually a sci-fi and fantasy editor, as opposed to the romance editor that was assigned to my sci-fi and fantasy book initially. Oh. See how that makes sense?
Right? Okay.
Exactly. It was just like so much like shit from the start. But anyway, when I released this book, I felt more confident about it. I was definitely wiser, having gone through, the shifting before. And within I want to say a month of having the book re-released, Brian Lambert from Wingless Comics, he got the book and he reached out to me. He said, "Hey, Malachi, I read the first few pages and I'm interested in, having you come on board because I'm building Wingless Comics." So of course I'm like, "Oh my God!" But then I had to keep that inside because sure, let me consider it. But, I'm doing cartwheels and, backflips and, shit like that. And, we started building Wingless Comics. So her made the jump from the novel to the actual comics. So last year we had our first Kickstarter for Justice #1. Her had her first, How Many comic book was, a backup feature. So then this year, I decided to, finish working on the sequel, which is, as you can tell, much thicker than the previous book.
Oh, shit, yeah.
I had a lot to say. So much to say. So for the second book, I released that on August 11th, and we decided, So we decided to use her, to be featured on Nightfall Part 3 cover because, people know about her. I want to continue to show her and showcase her and all these things. So it's been an eye-opening opportunity. It's been a journey, but I'm happy to be on it.
So let's talk about your new Kickstarter, which just went live today, right?
Yes.
It went to live today. So it's Nightfall, The Witching Hour, Part 3. So let's talk about that.
Yes. So
which by the way, you'll be getting some support from a certain somebodies on this show.
I do appreciate it. I love support, especially when we can cash it. So, so Nightfall is a company crossover that Wingless has with Constant Hustle Comics. Now, if you're familiar with Constant Hustle, their flagship character is Avery the Astonishing. Mm-hmm. Avery is a non-binary superhero who is all types of badass. So of course we needed to have that character, mingle with our characters, Justice, her, Caliburn, and Lux, who was created for Nightfall. So essentially Nightfall is this major event where there's an ancient evil that's trying to breach our reality, and the evil is preceded by this darkness that is falling over the world. So the heroes have to come together, but of course, when you have a classic superhero story, they fight first and then they team up to fight the major threat. So we did that formula, but we added a few different twists in it, especially when you see how we started off with issue #2. But issue 3, we have her in it. She has more of a presence. And when I first saw the pages, I was screaming because this is my child. This is a child that that I helped create. So seeing her illustrated by this phenomenal artist, Fabio Samayo, was pretty much like a dream come true. And we have that going on, and then we have, well, I'm not going to get into that just yet, but we have a lot of stuff in the works. So Nightfall Part 3, it launched today, and we want to make sure everybody hears about it. So that means, calling, your best friend and your cousins down the street, your mama, good man, as long as you got a job, take the money.
Exactly. As long as you have a job, you can afford to put a few coins.
It's a coin purse.
It's not much. It's not much.
But I'll take it.
But it's dope because what I've noticed with Kickstarter is there are a lot of POC led comics, comic properties on there, which is what we need. You got Concrete Comics, you got Constant Hustle Comics, you got Wingless Comics, and so it's dope that you see more and more. People, they're not going to the big 3, or it was the big 2, now it's the big 3. They're not going to Image, they're not going to Marvel, they're not going to DC. These are creator owned.
DC, brother.
No. Like a lot of them are going to, you know, they're funding themselves, you know, crowdfunding themselves and getting their work out there. And it's dope because see, now you're seeing them at the convention sites now that the world's opening back up and getting your hands on. You got Black Sands Entertainment. You have these people are really like pushing the envelope and saying, look, it's time to tell our stories.
And that's what you own your own content that way.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, because like if I go to Marvel with a character, they can just take him and be like, "Hey, this is
they can, and they would."
Yeah. So now you own it, and we were big advocates of owning your own masters and your own content. So that's huge that you get to keep not only your baby in house and watch it grow and grow with it, but it's yours. Like can't nobody take that away from you. Can't nobody be like, well, you know, no, this is me. This is what I've done, and I've owned it. So I think that's a big thing that I like about seeing the Kickstarters and seeing everybody get out there and just hustle and grind and get it, because that means it's mine. And at the end of the day, I bust my ass to get this, and ain't no stopping it once I got it. So that's what I like about it, and I hope everybody one day, you know, be able to own their stuff and keep hold of it, because we need that, especially as Black people. We don't get that too often. People like Anita Baker fighting for her masters.
Yeah, you know
what I mean? So it's just
wild.
You would think
you would not think that would happen, but yeah.
I'm a big
Prince tried to tell us a long time ago though.
Huh?
Yeah.
You look back over those interviews, I'm like, he was preaching. It's just easier to say
he had
crazy.
Slave on his forehead and we didn't want to believe him, man. But yeah, I think it's huge though, and I really like that. Like I said, because it's empowering. Little kids get to see that. You know what I mean? They not only get to see us represented by us, but our stories. So it ain't, you know, some guy who lives in Jersey telling a story about some Black kid in Brooklyn. You know what I mean? It's our stories, our way, and it's amazing. So, you know, I hope it, you know what I'm saying, keeps going.
And I think it, you know, looking over it, because I knew you were saying it was going live. You had sent me the link, and I said, well, let me check it out. I want to see what they got. And like already your backing had just already shot through the roof. Like for the, I think it was the first 100 backers, you get a little trinket, you know, and I went to look and I'm like, damn, like that did not take long, and they hadn't even gone live yet. So I mean, it's a testament to saying, just like DC said, it's a testament to saying, especially amongst our community, seeing that we have stories to tell and we own that story. We own those stories, you know. I know, you know, we follow each other on social media, and I know you are really going for the Orishas. You know, for those who don't know what that is, this is basically these are our gods, you know, that we don't get to hear about. You know, the stories that, do your homework, people. The stories that we don't get to tell, you know, the stories about the people we, you know, worship, so to speak. You know, the Greeks have theirs, the you know, the
they're told they're not, you know, they're not saturating the market like we know about the Roman and the Greek. Well, that story exactly over and over again.
They're not told properly.
So yeah, because I think more recently, what did they do? That show on Stars tried to introduce.
American Gods.
They got rid of old boy.
Anansi.
Anansi. Yeah. And he was pretty much the only one that I would hear about was Anansi the Spider when I was coming up. He was the only one I ever heard about was the Anansi the Spider, the trickster guy. He was the only one I've ever heard about.
That's the only one I heard about in school.
So, but they would never delve into it. You know, this last round of Black Panther comics dealt with Shuri, you know, talking to, she's a griot now, you know, and she was talking to Orishis, you know, and dealing with that and stuff like that. So I think that type of stuff is like opening the door to saying, hey, you know, we have a history that can be told now. You know, it's been hidden for so long, like now that door is opening up. So it's dope. I love to, you know, so tell us about her, Gods and Monsters. Who is her?
So her is basically an immortal woman who is, you know, African, and you know, it was rumored that she might have been the first woman, as you probably remember from high school when we learned about, the first skeleton was found in the Great Rift Valley, so that's Homo erectus, and the female was called Lucy. So is she Lucy or is she type thing? So she is immortal. I don't want to go into detail about the first book, but she lives these lives where she may have a different face, a different skill set, sometimes a different power. But the only thing that's really constant, is the tattoo that she has on her left arm, which is a combination of a phoenix and an ankh symbol. So that is always the constant, because it does symbolize life and rebirth. So when we left off in the first book, she went through a series of events that, shed more light on her history, especially a history that she shares now with her new friends. So she found out her real name, which was never mentioned throughout the entire book, the first book. And so now that she has her name, now she needs to find her place in the world. So I have her living in San Francisco. No, I have never lived there. I have never visited San Francisco. But it seemed like a fun place to use because honestly, I got tired of seeing superheroes based in New York City. I'm a New Yorker, born and raised. I'm from Amityville. Yes, Amityville Horror, same town. But for me, I just got tired of seeing every superhero, they had origins, in New York City or Manhattan or Brooklyn. They're heroes in other parts of the country,
Are there though? That's what they're saying. Are there though?
Are they?
Are they? She eventually moved to New York.
Yeah, right. She did the internship at Stark Towers.
Like, what is it about New York that gravitates to everybody?
Because if you can make it there, you can make it anywhere.
Anywhere, that's right.
That is true. But that's why
I'm sorry, but if I was a kingpin type character, I'm like, I'm not committing a crime in New York. I'm like, there's too much activity going on in New York.
Okay, but it also doesn't sound cool that Chris Fury committed a crime in Birmingham.
Yeah.
Like, no.
Dothan, Alabama.
Like, Chris Fury took over Manhattan. Then it's like, oh shit. Like, you
can't take over bumfuck Egypt and they respect you. You gotta take over the Big Apple. You gotta do something big.
Apple.
Oh my God.
Chris took over Denver, Colorado.
Space in Oregon, and it's like, oh shit. The Mandarin went crazy in Oregon.
South Dakota.
We do not care.
Thanos just blew up South Dakota.
I was just going to say they could blow up the whole town. I'd be like, damn, that's crazy. Right.
So what happened in New York?
Right. Oh my God. That's
sorry, all those other places we named.
I know. I was like, I'm sorry if your real home is there. I'm so sorry.
Sorry, Dothan, Alabama. Sorry, Birmingham. Sorry, Denver, Colorado. South Dakota.
Yeah. Still on the fence on that one.
Not still on the fence. South Dakota knows what it did.
Yeah, you know what you did. How can you sleep at night? Look at yourself in the mirror, you punk.
But, geez. So
North Dakota, you're all right though.
Yeah, North Dakota, but yeah, it's dope that you have that character. Just the background of that, he's already earned my money. I'm just gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie.
I got ready to shut up and take my money button, Chris.
Why?
Because I wasn't using it as much. It wasn't.
It's that type of storytelling that I like. It's that type of the character. Like, that's such an original thought process. You don't hear a lot of this. You don't hear a lot of these type of stories being told by us, or at least getting the shine to do so.
Oh yeah, because the quality art and content is out there, and he's quality. First time he slid some art in my DM, I said, oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's for real with his. I said, all right. This is easy because some people you don't even want to repost their shit, and that's just real. And not because you don't believe in what they're doing, but it's like when you take yourself seriously, I'll take you seriously. And you take your work seriously. And the way you promote yourself. I feel like you are the perfect example of, I'm going to be ready. So if I tweet out to Marvel or somebody else, it's like, oh, no, I already did the work. I know what I'm doing here. And it makes it easy to support you.
But Brittany, don't forget it. Remember a couple months ago, you wanted me on the show. I said, hold on, so let me finish the book first.
Yeah, you were serious.
I was like, give me like 3 months.
As soon as we kept going back and forth, I was like, I got to snatch him up. And he was like, pause, sis. Ain't ready yet. And a lot of people wouldn't even do that because they would just be like, oh, I'm gonna be on any show or whatever. So I like that you're about purpose and planning and timing. And that is important, and it shows in your work.
You don't want motherfucker half-assing on the show, but like, so what's the book about? Well, currently she's a student at she's a student at SVU. Like,
you said you're gonna be an honest what?
No, I said for me, like, I had to learn the hard way, because when I first released the book, and I knew that there was still some typos, but my mentor was like, Malachi, we got to do this now. Like, in my heart, I knew I wasn't ready, and the book wasn't ready, and it suffered. So that's why I took it off the shelves for 2 years. I said, let me just do it my way. So that means I did a Indiegogo back in 2017, and even then it wasn't ready. I said, okay, I'm going to do this right. I don't want any type of issues. I don't want anyone telling me no, because this shit is mine. So, I get triggered when I rush shit. Well, no, we're going to do this the right way.
Let that be a lesson to those of you with creative content that's listening, because some of y'all be rushing.
Good Lord. Yep. I'm sorry. Did that come out of me just now?
Definitely did, Shade. Tag him. Adam, if you bout it.
Jesus Christ.
I said I wouldn't do that. I knew I was lying to myself.
Oh my God. That's my favorite one, to be honest.
Because there's certain ones out there that we have come
the views
across.
Of Chris Fury did not reflect the rest of this panel. If we give you a $5 off coupon at Hot, whatever the name of that place was, just come.
Hot ass plate in your lap.
Yeah, that place.
That's the name of the whole restaurant. Hot ass plate in your lap.
Yeah, that place. Because
they know who they are. They know who they are. They know exactly who they are. That trash you tried to pass off as art.
Who the fuck is that guy?
And that's the same question we all been asking.
Enough from the cloud.
Anyway, I have a question. Is there anybody within the community that hasn't blown completely up that you're like, hey, I'd like to collaborate with you on some stuff?
Well, I'm not sure if you're familiar with Durfee's Jean. She has Spirit's Destiny that I'm definitely in talks with. She's been a friend of mine for a minute, and we actually did a piece, I want to say back in March. We did her collaboration, and we've released it for Women's Month. So I mean, there are so many people that I want to work with, but it's just a matter of, do my shit first. Like, I need to make sure that, okay, yes, we have her number 0. Cool. It came out last July. We released her Gods and Monsters this August. Great, wonderful. But I need to do her number 1, for the comic series. It's going to be ongoing. And then we could entertain, okay, let's do crossovers and stuff like that. Because we have a tight schedule for Wingless. Having spoken to Brian pretty much every day, we have like a 5-year plan. Like, we already have stories planned out. We know what characters that are going to be featured. I want to say early next year we're doing Wingless animation. So
come on,
yeah,
because voice actors. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'll try out.
Charlie.
I was just gonna ask too. I was like, if you, cause Chris definitely got the voice. I'm always interested when people are doing their books and everything else. If they wanted to go, yes, he gargles gravel, but it's still a voice.
Yes. It's like a chewed cigarette.
It's a voice, nonetheless.
I can play an old detective. I'm getting too old.
Oh, not the old detective again.
But I'm always trying to see how far they want to take it. If they do want an animated thing, if they want a live action thing one day. Some people have no interest in it whatsoever, and other people are like, no, I want all this, lunchboxes, all of it.
It's all about planning. It's all about having a vision and what you're willing to sacrifice, to make it happen. A lot of people, a lot of creatives that I've noticed, they get discouraged, which is common. It's a good thing to be discouraged because it makes you hungrier. The problem is when you let it stop you completely. Like, you can't let a bad day turn into, a bad moment turn into a bad day. Because a bad day is going to turn into a bad week and so forth. And I was a victim of that. As I told you guys, I was, in my feelings for 2.5 years. I wasn't sure what I was going to do. I don't know if I wanted to continue doing like these mindless 9-to-5 jobs instead of focusing on my vision. Like, I want to see a horror movie. I want to see a horror TV show on Netflix or Hulu or whatever. I want to do the red carpet. I'm a Leo, so I want all of that.
Oh, you want all that?
Yeah, I want all that. Yeah, I want it. So,
flash and bang. There you go.
I mean, but I'm willing to sacrifice. I'm willing to plan. What people need to also realize too, when they are, doing the regular job and then doing the dream / it's not even be a hustle. It's your dream. You need to find a way to fund your dream. So you need to. That's what I learned from Lisa Nichols. She said, "Put aside a portion of your paycheck and use that just for your dream." So if that's like $10 per paycheck, $20, $30, no matter what you're comfortable with, because you want to increase it over time, let that be just for your vision. I remember reading her book, and she did that for like 5 years, but she took out a portion of her paycheck, and how did she do it? She didn't open up an account, so she went to speak to someone at the bank. She's like, "I'm ready to cash it out," and the bank teller started crying because she was so happy for her. She's like, "What happened? Did I miss money?" No, she said, "You have $20,000 that you set aside over a span of 5 years or whatever, just for your dream, just for your vision." And now she's touring the world, doing seminars, talking about your self-worth. I don't want that path for myself, but I do want to fund my fucking dream.
Yeah.
Yes,
that's real.
Yeah, for real. Like I said, we've always said, like, 2020 has taught us one thing: get off your ass, go after the dream.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
You like X-Men?
I love X-Men. That's an understatement.
Scott Summers, where do you stand on his leadership skills and him as a person? This is a serious question.
So Scott Summers, he's not my favorite X-Men, obviously, but since Jonathan Hickman has started writing him since 2019, House of X / Powers of X, Scott is a compelling character now. He is always going to be the X-Men leader. He's the great captain now of Krakoa's elite. But
that elite, a table of elite people. Yeah.
So Scott, he's an exceptional leader. But for me, he's not Storm. Storm is from Harlem. Storm is
right. Storm from where? Huh?
She's from Harlem.
Huh?
South Dakota.
Not Birmingham.
Right.
Not Vermont.
For me, as a black youth, seeing Storm and then seeing Scott, I'm like, I like her. She's everything. Now, granted, in the first 2 seasons of the X-Men cartoon, they made her really light skinned, remember? And then they changed it in the 4th season. So it's kind of hard to see where she was.
Like a Jerry curl wave, finger long.
Well, I mean, big hair was, that was common in the early 90s. Everyone had big, rock star hair. But
they just always played down her skin tone.
Yes. And they're still doing it now.
Man, listen, and that is so upsetting because I'm like, why? Mm-hmm. Why won't you just let this happen? Like, especially when you're not even trying to. If you're thinking about how these big movies and TV shows come out, it isn't like you're pushing this to where you're like, all right, we got to make her racially ambiguous because this has got to be a money.
You don't need to do any of that.
You don't have to do that.
No, you don't have to do that, right?
Not this day and age, but
yeah. So they, I remember some of the early issues in the 70s when John Byrne was doing artwork. She was legit dark skinned. Like there's a cover where the Hellfire Club they defeated the X-Men and Sebastian Shaw is holding Storm. and she is dark. And then I don't know what happened in the early 90s, because that's when you started seeing like the bleaching that was happening.
I was gonna say she had vitiligo.
But then I want to say, in maybe the third season of the X-Men cartoon that was on Fox, is the only X-Men cartoon that I acknowledge. I don't care about X-Men Evolution.
Okay.
Oh God.
I don't. I can't do it.
I'm not mad at that.
Burn them tapes.
I can't. For me, it's always going to be the animated series that ran from 1992 to 1997. Yeah, even the Wolverine and the X-Men, that was cute, but no.
It was entertaining enough. It was like, I'll watch this while I'm taking out my braids or something, but I'm not pressed.
Yeah, not even a little bit, not even remotely.
Yeah, OG X-Men was the stuff.
It was. They adapted a lot of their stories. You saw Cable, you saw Bishop. We saw characters who were still relatively new. In the early 90s. And then if you look at it, their message was very powerful. Like they preached about intolerance. They were being victims of hate crimes. Like you remember seeing them being, terrorized. Beast in the first season was arrested and he was put on trial. Hey, Storm. That's John Byrne artwork right there. I want to say, about to smile. So, for me, that was always like, the definitive X-Men for me. That's what got me into comic books. That's what got me into writing. Storm, she, inspired in part her. You see the book cover, like she has this tremendous hair. Now, initially when Trevor did this, because Trevor is like, he's a phenomenal artist. Like it wasn't as poofy, but it made sense. It's raining, so of course your hair's going to get more like an afro, right? So, and with the character her eyes are blue. That's my nod to Storm because I always would love Storm, but even if she's not my child. But
how can you not though? Like, like how can you not? Literally, how can you not? Like I ship Storm. I just do.
And did you like with Black Panther when they were married?
I liked it, but I was just like, he was being such an ass. I'm like, dude.
Yeah, I was like problematic, but it's one of those couples where it's like, I just want y'all to work it out because y'all look.
because at the end of the day, they look great.
Y'all cute.
Like as a matter of fact, speaking of which, like during one of the story arcs where he was lost in space, lost his memory and everything, but he kept thinking of her.
I remember.
Like he could not get. He's like, I don't know who this woman is, but I got to get back to her. And then when this whole war breaks out, and this is what I love about their relationship, he doesn't lord over her. He knows that she can protect herself because they're just like, well, the Armada is coming in and da 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 da. And he's like, don't worry, she got it.
And she did.
And she did. She took down several warships by herself.
After where do you go?
Right. So it's exactly, where do you go? He was just like, Negro, get your shit together.
I mean, like you can go to an X-Men dating app like Omega looking for a who? Who?
Like, where do you go from it? So when people say like her and Wolverine, I'm like, yeah.
That's going to be a meme. I have to make it.
You have to make
let's do it. I gotta work on that now.
Yeah, I feel like I have arrived. I want to thank God for this moment. I want to thank her.
So I mean, but that's what I do love that about their dynamic. This is like even after the dissolving of the marriage, they still find themselves
back to
consistently.
The fact that they handled that cutely, and then that's somebody else you don't want to mess with. Because I'm sorry, I'm not coming up after either one of you in a situation like that. Who is your ex? Absolutely not. Y'all might want to work that out.
I ain't got a chance.
Y'all might.
On over here.
Not
you did the Prince of Wakanda.
Cha-cha.
Right.
I work at Burger King, baby. You might well go back to him. I ain't got nothing for you, dear.
If it was like a real life situation, that'd be one of them things where it's like, I know she would be able to call you or be in town and you finna be gone. And we're gonna make it even crazier. You gonna tell me where you going. It ain't even gonna be no sneak stuff.
I was trying to call you this weekend.
I'm gonna go ahead, layer with the whoop whop and the wham wham.
I'll be like, what?
She want the cookie. The cookie got Where's my nigga CT?
Yeah, you know, my lady O just touched down, so I got it.
I got a dead
baby.
I got a dead all.
You see that cloud coverage? Yeah, storm coming through. She about to get wet, so I gotta go outside play in this rain.
Right at the window. Storm so bad, she'd be like, "Hey, how you doing, girl? I need a brown cha-cha."
Roll up right to the window with some lightning bolts.
And that's great. And you know what?
What do you say? What do you say? Shit.
It's funny. It's funny that you say that, Candy, because there's a scene where she's talking to Nakia.
Yeah.
And she literally, and I mean, this is the most level conversation this sister I've ever seen this sister have. She was just like,
they were having lunch.
May have had him. They're having lunch, and she's sitting down. She's talking to him. She's talking to Nakia, and she was like, "You may have had him there, but he always comes to me." And I'm just like,
you can't beat no shit like that. Like, I would not even try.
And Nakia didn't even argue with it. She was just like,
"How care you? What you gonna say?"
If anything, Nakia's like, "Bitch, I'm in love with you too." Like, what do we? Why you?
How can we make this throuple work?
How can we make this work together?
I gotta find
Let's be a throuple. Let's make this work.
Listen, there's not a lot of people in the MCU I'd even be like, or even in DC where it'd be like, okay, I'd try to make this work. That would definitely be like, all right, how are we gonna? What are my days? Like, what are my days?
You know what I love?
How much time do I get?
Like, you noticed, so I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with what's going on with the X-Men, but they pretty much terraform Mars. Yep. And so Storm is now the queen of Mars. They named the planet Araco. So now that she is head of, she's also the voice of Soul for this Soul system. Black Panther is also the emperor of the
Galactic Empire of Wakanda.
So they're finally equals now. So there's a scene coming up. I want to say Black Panther #3, where he's entering her throne room. So she's sitting on the throne. You see Jean Grey's in the background. You got Scott. You got Rogue. You got all the other X-Men, and it is such a phenomenal scene because what's his name? Alex Ross. He does the artwork for it.
Oh shit.
Yeah. I'll show you, Brandy. It's such a hot image because she's in a new costume.
I'm just thinking about it like that sounds amazing.
Come
into my throne room, Cha-Cha.
Cha-Cha.
What you need.
Oh man, that's gonna be amazing.
All that.
Can't wait for that.
But see, it just shows that every time these two are in panels together, this shit's magic. Like. Like even when they did that short-lived series, The Crew, and he goes to Harlem, and you don't even recognize it's her because she has the head wrap, sunglasses. Yeah. You don't even know it's her, and then she all of a sudden like some shit goes down, and all of a sudden the headdress comes off and everything. You're like, oh, it's Aurora. Never mind. Y'all done pissed the sister off. Leave it alone. So. I love when they're in panels together, and I'm just like, I'm looking at Marvel like, the fuck are y'all doing? It's like the most prominent black couple in the comics world.
I part of me would like to think that y'all know y'all really can't fuck this up, and maybe part of me wants to think maybe that's why you're not even trying to make that a thing, because you're like, we really can't fuck this up. The internet be crazy now. You'll have your Twitter feed just in shambles.
They go crazy. They go crazy when they see her kiss Wolverine. So let alone,
I don't get that. I mean, it's cute. But
I've never been a fan of that. I was like, I'm good. To be honest, I'm real good on that. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
When he says things when she goes to see, I can't remember which series it was in Black Panther, but when she goes to see him and he literally says, I smell the elf on you.
And he called him troll. Yep.
Yeah, they called it I smell the troll on you. Yeah. And like it wasn't they weren't together, it's just he was near her and he was like, I smell the troll on you. And I'm just like, yo.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal.
Damn, dude.
It's pretty brutal. Meanwhile, Logan loved nobody but himself, child.
Really don't.
Let's get off my dude Wolverine, man.
He loved him, but I mean, come on.
Not get off my coming straight from another Negro who loves nothing but himself. who also loves the Negro, who also loves nothing but himself. Shout out to Kanye. So it's
I hang around a bunch of narcissistic people. I can't help my circle.
The whole infinity of narcissists, DC, Kanye,
Deadpool, God damn, all my people is self-centered as fuck. Damn, Deadpool, Kanye, Logan. Damn, I hang around a bunch of big head. At least they ain't Barry Bonds' big head though.
Not a Barry Bonds. I will say, we said we were going to do an episode about this one time. Malachi, you might have to come in because this would be a real dumb one. We said we were going to list off whether it be Marvel or DC, like the character zodiac signs, and just also get into the psychology of their relationships, because we've had so many separate conversations. And sometimes I've said to my other nerd girlfriends, like, being an adult is realizing you really do marry a Scott. You fuck Logan, yeah, sure. But you don't really try to work out. When you're younger, I'm like, I have to make it work with Bruce. You have to go with Logan. Older, I'm like, I could never do Batman like that. How stressed will you know what I'm saying? And then if I'm supposed to be, I'm gonna go off for a minute. If I'm supposed to be in game, how dare you have a baby with another bitch? I don't care what kind of bitch, I don't care who her father was. How dare you? I would have punched Damien in the throat. I would have been so mad.
The views of Candy B do not reflect the rest of us. If you would like a $5 off coupon, come to Hot Plate on Your Lap restaurant. We will make it right. She's punching babies in the throat right now. And that's just not what we stand for here at this restaurant. We want hot plates on laps. That's it.
What are you talking about? He can take a hit.
Yeah, you can take a hit.
You can take it.
Still child abuse.
Take a hit.
All kids can take a hit. That don't make it right. Let's not get viewers. Do not hit kids. I don't care if the motherfucker can take a hit or not.
Yeah, don't hit.
Look at little man. Punch him in the chest. Watch him poop. He can take a hit.
I'm not saying it like that. It's different in comic book world.
Oh, because he jumps. I'm done. These niggas out here hitting kids in the chest and shit.
You hit him too, shit.
No, I'm not.
But again,
kick him in the shit.
Being an adult,
Damien's a shit target.
Yes, but doing your own work, as I've been through counseling, you actually feel bad for characters that I think when you were younger or you didn't go through some shit yourself, you'd be like, nah, fuck that person. They need to die. They don't need to be resurrected, nothing like that. And then you're older and you revisit certain storylines. You like, I understand this more now. And I think that's the beauty of revisiting stuff. Man, listen, I understand that from jump.
Man,
MCU Thanos. I understand. I understand MCU Thanos so much better now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You don't even have.
Now that we all hate like most of the population, like,
take 75 of them. Don't just take half.
Just poof, gone.
I tell you what, why don't you go over to bumfuck Virginia and just take care of that?
Matter of fact, hold on. What was Thanos' sign? Let me.
South Dakota.
South Dakotian. Is that?
That's his sign.
South Dakotian.
South Dakotian.
Oh my God! But yeah, it's you do when you get
Aries,
older. You start.
Yeah, that figures.
Oh, well, of course. Okay. Never mind.
No wonder you get along with this bulbous bullhead dude.
Well, no wonder we understand each other so much easier now. Okay.
Trash. Boo.
It's going to take somebody like T'Challa to actually talk me down. I might still defend it, but whatever.
No, we really do have to get some facts and research together and do this zodiac relationship breakdown.
I think that's something we're going to do. We're going to do that
this season. That would be fun.
We're going to do that this season.
That would be really cute. Oh, Cha-Cha's a Gemini. Well, hello. There's two sides, and I want to explore them both.
Wait, not the little dance she was just doing.
That is that. No, real talk. Like, that is the dance when I'm like, I fuck him. Yeah, it's in the shoulders for some reason.
He's sitting at the other bar. Her shoulders are moving. She wants to fuck.
And I'm like,
you see the shoulders on that one.
You see the shoulders. And when you really want to do it, you got to hit him with the Harlem Shake.
Right?
He's like, this is a mating dance of the Americans. Show this movie very well.
Is that American Girl okay? I'm fine. I'm better.
He'd be like, nah, we don't do that here.
We don't do that. No, that's what he says if I'm in his throne room talking about, like, are we ready? Are we doing this?
Are we doing this?
We don't do that here.
Oh my God.
So Mal, now we're talking about you being this up and coming meme god. What was that? Oh, it was just light.
My lamp.
So we were talking about this up and coming role you're taking on as this meme god, because I've been, like I said, we follow each other on social media, and these memes between you and Candy B, like, if I don't see a meme first thing in the morning, that's what gets me started. I'm just like, okay, now we can go. All right, now I'm like, I gotta see a meme from one of you two, and then it doesn't help because we have a mutual friend, Marshall, who just is bad. I'm just like, yeah, okay, I'm in the game now. Let's go. And, you know, so
my favorite are your good mornings, like those. When I can catch that, especially if there's something like relevant that happened in social media, whether it be like with a politician or whatever, I'm like, you don't miss. You don't miss. It's so good. It is so good. You could honestly just do that shit every morning. You ain't even got to post shit else, to be honest.
Really?
It's that good.
Did you see mine this morning?
No, but I sure am gonna look.
Yeah, it was more like a way to honor Michael, who passed. Yeah. Yeah.
You looking it up, Candy?
I was like, Mr. Bailey trying to make me cry. And you know I'm
not
good for it.
Intentionally.
Hold on, what is going on? What in the Asian girl? What is happening? So there's three. That's weird. I'll get back to that later.
What Asian girl?
You posted something where you said a story in 3 parts.
Oh yeah.
That thing looks like that Momo thing.
Okay, that's just like what Candy put up this morning with Veruca Salt, and I'm just like,
I love her.
Same.
She's amazing.
I'm like, that makes a lot of. See, once again,
I love when people break that shit down, and you're like, you know what? Now that I'm an adult,
you get it. You get it. I'm just like, I'm just like, they are absolutely right. She would be a better business person than Charlie.
Oh, you get good morning from other people too? Where I missed everything. Well, who that? What's not going on? You get good morning selfies and they tag you?
Oh, you know, because good mornings there's a popular post of mine.
Well, let me start sending some pictures talking about good morning. Good morning. You know what it is.
I'm wearing this cup of coffee for you. Good morning.
I'm not a morning person at all. Like, if I don't have coffee in first thing in the morning, like, don't talk to me. Don't even look in my direction. You don't exist.
I found it. That's good.
Yeah.
I found it.
I love how you.
Christopher.
You found it? Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Even hearing the story about how he got his scar, because he said he used to joke and lie and say they were like tribal scars, like Seal, but he was really like at a Jamaican club and got in a fight or some shit. And got
he tried to stop somebody and he got across his face with a knife.
But yeah, it's. Crazy. I mean, I do live, like Candy said, I do live for seeing a good meme in the morning, and you have not failed to deliver. You know, and Candy, shout out to you too, because you have. I'm just like, damn, you started early. Hold on, let me catch up.
She woke up and chose violence.
She chose violence, yes.
Right.
I don't feel like I don't feel like I posted a good meme until I get those inboxes where someone's like, or the comments are like, "Give me your phone, log off the internet."
Yeah,
that's when I feel like I did my job today.
My job here is done. I must go.
She did this. It was one day she was on a tear, and I was seeing all of them all day. And then by the end of the night, I'm like, okay, you need to go to bed. I just texted her.
The grimace eating the kid one was funny to me. There was like when Plan B's kicking in, I was like, why? Is it? I don't know if you feel this way.
Yeah, I put my phone down.
I gotta check myself with what I laugh at sometimes because I'm like, why is everything funny though?
I was in the work truck and I seen that. I was like, I'm gonna go to hell if I laugh at this.
I laughed
like down. I was like, because it's funny and it's true, but that shit's still scary to think about. Like that Plan B pill just
eating kids, and I'm just like, yo.
And the kids' legs was swinging.
Well, to be fair, like the kids aren't developed yet, so.
Oh my god! So before we close out,
his tail was swinging. I'm sorry.
I wonder now that Texas is wilding, will you like get arrested if you drive someone to the CVS to get a Plan B?
The way
that's another time. For
we need to talk to CJ. We got to talk to CJ.
Will that be that thing?
Like, what is going on down there?
You walk up to the counter, black guy.
On the triangle.
Right.
They're terrible.
Oh my! It's we are on our own.
I don't believe in that though. If we gonna talk about it, I don't think that's right. That's like me telling McDonald's how to make their beat. Like it just don't make no sense. Like if you want to cook rat, that's cool. I just ain't gotta come eat it. But you can't tell a woman what they need to do.
With their body. You can't. You really can't. Which is
they said watch us.
Yeah.
It amazes me that I'm like, you really.
They said who can't.
Florida was like, you can't wear a mask. Texas was like, nigga, hold my drink. You can't get an abortion.
That's exactly what happened.
Right.
Exactly what happened.
What's sad is I'm going there next week. Oh my God.
No.
Are you going there for your abortion?
Yes. The only place is legal. No, I'm going to my sister's wedding in Houston. Imagine me getting off the plane and they be like, everybody give me your energy like Goku, then I make it out alive.
We just gotta scream for 2 days straight.
What the hell? What are y'all screaming for? He needs our energy.
He needs us.
No,
when I was a kid, I swear to God, when he used to do that send me your energy shit, I was standing.
Oh my!
I was standing in front of the TV like, take it, Goku. My mom was like, "The fuck is you doing, boy? Who the fuck is Goku?"
Okay.
I was a kid. Take the power. Take it. You like it?
Not you like it. Goddamn.
We are so dysfunctional, and I love every minute of it.
Shit, though, man. People used to look at me weird as they was walking by my house. My front door was open. I'm standing in front of the TV like this, screaming.
No, that's totally how you know a show really had you, because you
I used to
have
love
me
Dragon
the fuck
Ball
out.
Z. That
so
shit
I understand.
Oh, God.
Especially the first time when he was on Namek and he wanted power. I was like, yeah, nigga, you need all this energy, brother.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, brother.
Like dudes was at work. Dudes was at like, hey, come on, what time? Like, yeah, we gotta get out of here. Come on at 4:30. We gotta get out of here. We gotta hurry up. Let's wrap this up. We gotta go. We gotta go.
Tsunami was playing zero games.
Yeah.
I was upset if I missed Space Ghost or like any of that stuff. I was watching all this shit.
Like, even to this day, they still up there.
Keep you on edge, and then it's like a whole week later, like this nigga still ain't talking about
next time on Dragon Ball Z. I'm like, what?
Had someone told me those fights last 6 months.
They did though.
I'm
like, they did.
It was like 12 episodes. This nigga's still in the first round. I'd be like, what?
Man, when I watched that first one with Frieza, I was stressed, and then
the Frieza one does have you stressed.
I was like, oh, so we still.
If I could just power
Vegeta came into like what 10?
I was like, what are we doing? So then when they were like, when they I forget when it was when they started introducing Beerus and the rest, and I'm gonna say, look, what we not gonna do. What we not gonna do is have this be 6 months long. I'm like, we need to wrap.
Well, that started out as a movie.
They're the strongest people. They did. I watched the movie first, and then when they were like, okay, we're gonna be bringing this person back, because then you start going on the internet like
they actually supposed to be bringing that back too. Super.
They are.
What?
Bringing back Dragon Ball Super.
Oh, geez,
because they got some other like off-brand ones I don't really like, where it's some weird planet.
In quotes, they can keep that.
Yeah.
I'm using that as a selfie quote. Let me put that in my quotes right now. Oh, they can keep that.
Morning.
I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, they got some weird
and I'm gonna tag you in the picture, and everybody else gonna be like, "What?"
Please do.
And I'm like, "You had to watch the episode to get it.
You had to be there.
You had to be."
Find out next time on Blur's Eye View.
Will Brandy
take the picture? Will her shoulders ever get T'Challa? Will Chris ever not be a villain? Will DC stop giving his power to people who don't need it? Find out next time on Blurred's Eye View. Like the next episode, it start out me screaming, ah!
That mug said, "I'll give you my power, Goku." What the fuck, DC? And knowing black moms, they was probably like, "That's that devil shit." You you trying to get away your power.
And I swear,
they're selling their spirit to the TV.
They had, because I mean, Harry Potter had them shook. Let alone when you're getting into anything of the anime. Yeah. If Harry Potter had y'all, and that was just the books back then. So if the Harry Potter books had y'all shook, seeing anything on the anime would have had y'all like,
we don't do that. I'm like, it's just a movie. It's just a movie. Like that's still one of the blackest moments was the Broly movie when Vegeta and Goku was fighting.
A nigga moment.
And they said, "We need help. We go see Piccolo." Piccolo was like,
nigga.
Y'all go on back over there. I ain't
Piccolo was like, y'all didn't call or nothing. Y'all just showed up on my door.
Wait a minute, didn't they have a meme? Did Piccolo have waves in him?
He did.
Yeah, he might have been one of them.
Piccolo was black. Yeah. See, here's how I know Piccolo was black. This nigga always wore a do-rag and a cape and Tim's. Tell me he did with sweatpants.
And he was never ashy. The skin was always together.
Always
never
flawless.
ashy.
And he was green. That's what
that much said flawless.
He ain't black people quoted air quotes.
This nigga had on sweatpants, some not even Ugg boots.
He looked like he smelled good too. He wasn't wearing no curve or nothing. He was wearing some good clothes.
See,
by Kenneth Cole.
You know, when people be still wearing curve, I promise you, I'll be like, what? Yeah, that Kenneth Cole reaction. That's what he.
I got some black Kenneth Cole good shit because that nigga was always like, yeah, Goku, leave Gohan with me and we can do some things. Like we went to hit the strip club, play some dice. Nigga, we got all this shit going on over here.
He literally told Goku and Vegeta, he was like, I don't want any parts of this. You can go back.
Like, hey, Piccolo? Nah, nigga, gone. Piccolo, I got some shit. I'm warming up some motherfucking ribs.
Between him,
way over, nigga. It's time for y'all to go. Bounce.
Between him and Thanos.
Out, so.
Right. Between him and Thanos. Between him and Thanos adding seasoning to the pot, it was just like Thanos is a brother.
That's a whole nother episode, breaking down all for those that are into different anime, just figuring out who would be the best at cooking what would be fucking hilarious.
Oh shit.
And having some type of bracket about that, like who would make the best mac and cheese, who would bring the yams.
Cheese.
Listen,
Uncle Iroh would make the best sweet tea. I'm just saying right now.
That could be at the Thanksgiving.
It's gonna be spiked sweet tea.
It's gonna be spiked sweet tea.
That gotta.
That's gonna have
that got to be a Thanksgiving episode. We definitely got
that. Would be cute.
Yeah, okay, we got to line it up then.
Who's coming to dinner?
Who's coming to dinner?
That's the name of the episode. Guess who's coming to dinner?
We're already ahead of the game.
And what are they bringing? Because I already know that nigga Goku is bringing nothing but fucking paper plates and styrofoam containers.
No, he gonna bring like the off-brand sodas, like the
Goku got fucking 12 packs. Hey guys,
hey yo.
Like no, that's just Dr. Pop, nigga. Dr. Pop, orange, red, orange, red, purple. Hey guys, I brought soda.
Oh my God. So before we get out of here, we have one more sponsor.
Do you like your pancakes patted, your biscuits buttered, your cakes fluffy? Then you should get Mother Butters. I put that on everything. Pasta, veggies, rice, and everything nice. Mother Butters will get you right. Oh yeah, GMO free, and for those who are vegan, Mother Butters has a non-dairy option. That's right. There's enough Mother Butters for everyone to enjoy. Get Mother Butters from your local grocery store. Hey, man! What you doing in my kitchen?
I just looked at the guy's face. He was just like, did that white boy just fall?
Hard.
So, Malachi, tell everybody where they can find you.
Yes, so I can be found on Facebook. It's Mal the Writer. IG, it's Mal _ the Writer as well. 2 underscores as well. Yeah, I mean, I have Twitter, but I don't like Twitter, so I don't use it.
I don't think nobody uses Twitter. Man.
I don't think anybody uses Twitter.
I'm trying.
I've tried like a few times, and it doesn't connect with me at all.
Yeah, it feels weird.
You're kind of limited as well. You're kind of limited.
Yeah.
Is what you can
say
so
and do. I don't do that. I don't do that. Nope. I think that Instagram, Facebook, that's where you can find me. Instagram, sometimes I'll share like a meme on it, but usually I keep Facebook, with my memes that I actually make as well. And if you've noticed lately, I've been doing memes about her book. So that's how I use that to show a little bit more of my playful personality when I am selling my wares.
All right. Candy B.
Y'all can find me in T'Challa's throne room.
With my go to jail tonight.
Like I got a hot plate for him.
Breaking the internet, that's 5 to 10.
First of all, if I can break into T'Challa's
throne, you deserve to be there. You deserve to be there.
To fucking be. Roll me up in a carpet and present me to that man.
Brand new carpet. They be like, "Here's your carpet, King Candy." We're like, "Hey guys, the bread soda."
There you go. I know we got an audience, but I'm getting that anyway.
We don't do that here.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, girl. The thirst would be so real. Anyway, you can find me at Candy B Cosplay on IG, and it's also my Twitter. I'm on Twitter. I feel like it was a struggle for me to just get to like 380 followers. Twitter
is y'all got followers on Twitter?
Yeah, I do. No, shout out to the cosplay community because I noticed that's how I got over like 1,000 real quick doing IG because you follow people and whatever, and they cosplay community are very good at the follow. Twitter don't give a damn about you. So
Twitter is like cold.
It's so cold. So
they don't even give you a towel after they done on Twitter. They just be like, "Here, wipe yourself."
I had a good post.
Here's a baby wipe.
And it's a good post to me because it had like 25 little hearts and 3 retweets, and I was just like, "Oh my god!"
I've made it on Twitter.
Yeah,
I hold my calls.
Not at all. But I have the Blurred's Eye View link, that's in my bio. Also, the Triangle, the other podcast I do, and I'm hosting bingo tomorrow. So for those of you that caught this live in Ohio, I'm going to be posting the details about us doing this wonderful bingo. We're going to have performances, bomb-ass drag queens and kings, and me, and it's going to be throwback to school themed. So I'm going to do like a Scary Spice situation. Okay. So it's gonna be a fun time. Yeah, throw back to school because all of us there are like 30 plus.
Didn't sound like what you said, but yeah.
I didn't say throw it back. Like what?
No, that neither. Yeah, keep going.
Oh my
I was about to say throat back. What is that? A new drink?
Back to school at bingo.
Hey man, you know it's 2021. Hey, I ain't here to judge. Man, hey, I done seen some weird ass things out here. I'm just saying that ain't my place to judge.
Look, all I'm saying is,
if you like it, I love it.
All I'm saying is Black Folks Milk Crate Challenge. If that's happening, anything's happening.
There's a white guy jumping on a barbed wire trampoline.
Well, yeah, so what you just said isn't too far-fetched. And like Chris,
come on now.
We've done more for less, so might as well get paid.
That's on the shirt.
That's where I'm gonna be. Other than that, I don't have anything else like big coming through. I think I'm gonna try to start getting back to face painting and getting some cosplay done because I fell way off that. So I need to get some shit together. I actually want to do a Josephine Baker thing. We're gonna see what I can get together.
I'm here for it. DC.
Huh?
It's always
with I was gonna do something crazy, but I ain't gonna do that.
Wait, we've gone an hour, almost 2 hours, and you mean you were holding crazy back? Is that what you're saying?
You can't give it all. You can't give them the. You know what? I ain't gonna teach you how to give them the whole thing. You gotta give them a little bit into the time. But anyway,
not
You had to hold for the pause. I had to see who was going to react to that real quick.
I looked directly at the both of them too. I was just like, "Oh, they both did it. All right."
Well,
too much crazy.
The joke landed.
Too much crazy. They don't like you. Not enough crazy. They think something wrong. So you got to find that middle ground of just.
As a Sagittarius, you ain't got no balance, son. So I don't even know why you
I know. It's always crazy. But anywho, tomorrow we are doing the season finale, season 3 of What the Shit. Well, I can't believe it. So, like, I that's why I said I was gonna do something, because it hit me like we've been doing that for a year and about to go to our 4th season, and we're growing. We have some things going on behind the scenes that I want to talk about, but we can't right now because I want to let it grow and see what happens. But I'm excited. Looking to add on to what's going on. Also, Instagram, I blew up. She waited a little bit. Jumped up like about 500 followers in like 3 weeks. So I'm proud of that. That for me, that's big, because as a Sagittarius, we like people. We don't like people too much, just enough. So
inch by inch, he likes people.
Yeah, an inch at a time. I live my mile an inch at a time for family.
That's not the voice I want to hear behind me, like an inch at a time. Okay.
That does not get you the shoulder lean.
That will not get you the shoulder lean.
They give you the hunch.
I am
like a turtle.
Oh, man.
Okay, no, seriously. I do want to shout out a couple people. Beth the House, A Woman of the Word podcast, Candy B, all the women that came on Queenish. August was a dope month for us, but for me personally, because I've got to interact with a lot of dope ass people I wouldn't have if I didn't hear Candy B in my ear talking about, y'all gotta get out there and be more social. So sound like she been chewing fucking menthols in my ear. That's my voice I hear. You gotta get out there and be more social, kid.
You trying to say she sound like Mama? You trying to say like she sound like Mama Fratelli from the Goonies?
No, I sound like old boy from Sin City. That's my favorite.
You gotta get out there with a little chutzpah, kid. Get the people to know you.
And it worked. So.
It worked, but no, it did work, because like I said, to jump up in followers and to continue being hit up and tell people that they like what we're doing, and actually shower me with some love. It feels weird. I don't know how to take it. I shower afterwards because I feel dirty. But
oh my God.
I appreciate it.
Shower with more dirt.
Yeah. So Darius _DC _Chambers. What the shit, all one word _podcast. Linktree in my bio, because I'm hip. I'm working on the YouTube, but the way I've been moving, fuck YouTube, because I still don't like that they banned my shit, and then go after 3 months be like, oh, we're sorry, we didn't mean to do what we did, and then want to try to but my shit's all gone, so I had to start all over, so I ain't doing that. But again, season finale tomorrow. We're doing an NFL kickoff show, so I can't wait for that. We got about 25 people, analysts and superstar people from like ESPN. I have real people who work for like ESPN and stuff like that on the low levels, but I can't wait to have them. So it's gonna be dope, and I can't wait. So that's my spiel. Also, stay safe, kids.
All right.
And also, talk your shit.
Oh yeah, go ahead and say it.
I'm done.
Oh. You can find me at all the little links below. Chris.Fury1 on IG, Chris Fury 1 on TikTok.
Oh yeah, we forgot all about TikTok. Damn,
TikTok dying for me. Guess me on TikTok, jiving and shuffling, trying to get these views up.
I do motivational Mondays with Chris Fury, so I drop a little tidbits every Monday to kind of keep people motivated throughout the week. Stuff I can take into consideration.
I drop Fuck You Fridays on Instagram too. It's just a long list of people I just want to say fuck you to. So if you ever make that list,
is that the same? Is that the same as Michelle's? I didn't sign up for this.
No, it's just people just going on there and say fuck you, and I just list a whole bunch of people.
Fuck you
like,
Fridays actually kind of sounds like a vibe though. I ain't even gonna lie.
Fuck you Fridays.
Yeah,
right.
It's therapeutic. You just be like, hey man, fuck you. Walmart,
well, yeah, that makes sense.
Target.
Motivational Mondays, and then by the time you get through the week, fuck you
by
Friday.
you like,
I will give Chris like some props. I do like when you're advising people about mental health checkups and stuff like that when you're doing your videos.
Because we like I said, rough year we've all had. Now we're in year 2 of this crazy bullshit, and it's the burnout. It's the absolute burnout. We need.
Look out for me and Chris going on the Looking Glass podcast. It's a mental health and relationship podcast. So yeah, I mean,
we're doing some things. We're doing some things. Linktree, follow that. That's where you can all find the links. Now,
it's really
thank you.
One more thing. I'm so sorry. I forgot.
You always forget.
No, I don't always forget. No.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. I do too much. Candid Convos with Candy B been popping. I just got done talking to Tranquil Ashes. That was a vibe. And then I got some other people that I'm going to be talking to. Skip's going to be on this Saturday. He was going to do Thursday, but I had to reschedule. So I might still go live on Thursday just to kind of do a ask me whatever, but I don't think I want that from the people that I follow.
Good luck with that. I got to be in on that one. So is it true that you really?
You might want to just have me. No way, it can't come in because you're doing that.
Yeah, part of me is thinking I'll do maybe Thursday? Let some people jump in live. Because it was going to be a Thursday. So we'll see. I'll feel it out on Twitter, but yeah, my followers are trash, so they're gonna be on some crazy shit.
I'm like, so what do you like to do? They're like, no, this is not
them niggas. Some of them are.
Why do they always ask about IKEA?
Oh my god.
Also, Chris's Linktree is just him and eye patches drinking coffee naked in front of motivational pictures of people.
No, that's OnlyFans now.
Welcome back, season 6.
Not the way he held the bottle after that. Bye. We are done. Shut this shit down.
We're starting how we finish, baby. Crazy, yeah. Thank you to our guests for enjoying and enduring this.
Thank you.
Spanish Inquisition.
It's a Spanish Inquisition.
This is my second to last show with this group. I've outgrown this platform.
How do you say Candy? You ain't going nowhere.
I do be telling everybody that you ain't going no fucking.
Chris ain't going no fucking.
You don't understand. My CDs is in his car.
Yeah, all your shit is still in my car. I was gonna ask for your address so I can drop that off because
just drop it off. Good Lord, I'm always halfway there, and I'm like, I should call her. What is she's probably doing bingo or something today?
I miss Bedtime Rush.
We're
halfway there.
I did like Bedtime Rush.
4 dudes from Minnesota who used to play hockey just become singers out of nowhere. Believable, yo. Believable.
Now, had they been from New York, believable.
Then I really would have believed that.
Yeah, that's a different
Minnesota
ball game.
White boys with
no.
You know what? I ain't gonna get into that.
Anyway. Oh my God! Thank you for coming on.
Thanks for coming on, Malachi.
Shout out to the Kickstarter. Chris, can you
come on? Give him his money. Give him his money.
Yeah, you'll definitely be getting some money.
We know how y'all get paid. We know y'all pay cycles.
That's
the best and the worst. When you know somebody's pay cycle or you work together, it's like, bitch, I know you got it. Don't do it. You got it because my shit.
You got it because I got it. Right?
You got it because I just got the text message.
Give me my money. Run me my money. Oh man, I ain't getting paid, nigga. Please, you got paid.
You got paid because I got paid. But you tune in next Tuesday. Also be doing Blurred Wrap Up Friday. With JG the Traveler. We'll be talking about a project he's doing on IG Live this Friday. Tune in next Tuesday. We talk to more. It'll probably just be us 3 talking crazy again because now that the signs thing for the different comic characters, I just want to do that so bad. I want to do that so bad.
That's if I don't have a new appointment with a new furniture. Well, I'm gonna fill you in on that later, Malachi.
Okay. Until then, tune in next Tuesday as we continue to showcase other POC creators.
I believe him, yo. Mission. I don't know why, but I do.
I'm General Chris Fury, along with DC, Candy B, and our special guest Malachi Bailey. Thanks for coming on. So be sure to get in on his Kickstarter as well. Until then, remember to educate yourself and others, entertain yourself and others, and encourage yourself and others. Until the end, you're not a crook. What?
Yeah, Nixon. He was like, I am not a crook.
Oh my God. Until then, we're out of here.
I have a gluten problem. I'm tired.